What's up, BB Clan? Alex Espion here, and welcome back to the next episode of the Pokemon Gold Randomizer Nuzlocke. Have you forgotten anything? I didn't forget to do the intro, that's for sure. In the last episode, we went basically across this bridge that there was a sign about that I didn't know was the bridge that the sign was about, but apparently it was the bridge that the sign was about. And then after we went over that bridge, we went down this pathway, and now we're going to the right, not the right, the left, on this pathway. And then at the end of this pathway, we will reach Fuchsia, and then we will fight Janine. All in this episode, hopefully. All in this one episode? Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it didn't take very long to get to this point on the path, so I think... And we made decent, very decent progress down this path in the last episode. In fact, if you think about it, if I'm looking at it right now in my head, which I am, we went all the way across that bridge in the last episode, then went all the way down the path, and now we went a little bit to the left on the path as well. So, yeah, going a little bit more left on the path sounds like it's going to take, not very long at all, if we were able to, definitely less than the length of one episode, if we were able to, go across that bridge, down the path, and a little bit left on the path, yeah. If we were able to go all the way across the bridge, all the way down the path, and then all the way to the left, and then, sorry, all the way across the bridge, all the way down the path, and then a little bit to the left of the path, surely we can go the rest of the way. If we were able to do all that in one episode, then surely we can go the rest of the way to the left on the path that we need to go in this episode, and still have time to fight Janine, right? Well, not if I keep talking like this rather than actually fighting things, so let's actually fight some stuff. Basically, we have Geraldine out right now, which is who we had out for the entirety of the last episode, and I know that they're getting a lot of XP, more than necessary, but have you considered that I still have some PP left on their moves, and they don't actually have all that much PP on their attacking moves, if you look at it. If you do the math, they don't actually have all that much in total comparatively to what other people have, because 2 of their attacking moves only have 10 PP, and then this one has 25, which is quite a bit, yes, but when the other 2 only have 10, it's like, what, that's only 45 PP total, whereas I feel like a lot of other Pokemon have a lot more PP total on their attacking moves. Let me see, let me take a look. Judy, for example, Judy might not actually have more, because they have Extreme Speed, which only has 5, yeah. Surf has 15, Extreme Speed has 5, Submission has 25, oh no wait, they still have more. Even with a move that only has 5 PP, they still have more. So yeah, point made, clearly, because we only have 45, is I believe what I said, on Slowking. But on Judy, we have 15 plus 25 is 40, and then, oh wait, it's also 45. But we have 45 on Judy when they have an attacking move that only has 5... We have 45 PP on their attacking moves total on Judy when they only have... when they have a attacking move that only has 5 PP. So, yeah. Maybe 45 is just, like, the magic number. Maybe all of them have only 45 PP on their moves. Let's see. Let's take a look. This is really not helping me get to Janine any quicker, is it? But I want to see. Now I'm curious. Yeah, this one's 30 plus 15 is 45, plus 15 is 60. Okay, so this one has 60 PP total on their attacking moves. That is the most we've seen so far. Kenya, how much PP do you have on your attacking moves? I'm going to accidentally switch someone in while doing this. 10 plus 15 is 25, plus 35 is, again, 60, right? 35 plus 25? Yeah. 3 levels 25, that's 60. So Juan and Kenya both have 60 PP on their 60 PP total on attacking moves. Jean has how much? Jean has 30 on quick attack, then Waterfall is 15, so that's 45, plus Ember, which is 70. 70 PP total. Ah, okay, so Jean actually might have the most PP total out of anyone on the team in terms of attacking moves. What does Stacy have? Stacy might have a lot, considering they have some very weak moves, and weak moves tend to have a lot of PP. Poison Sting is 35. Leech Life is 15. Oh, they have all attacking moves too, so they may very well have the most. 35 plus 15. Poison Sting is 35 plus Leech Life is 15, so that's 50 so far. Then plus Nightshade is 65. Then plus Slow Kick is 85. Yeah, so Stacy has the most PP worth of attacking moves out of everyone. Mostly because they have the most attacking moves out of everyone. They have no status. just attacking moves, but also because they just have some weak, they just have some weak moves, and weak moves tend to have low PP, sorry, high PP, and by that I mean Poison Sting has a lot of PP. Poison Sting alone has more PP than, like, half their other moves, yeah. Leech Life and Nightshade combined don't have as much PP as Poison Sting, so yeah. Poison Sting is kind of carrying that count and making it really helping bring it up to 80, to the whopping 85 that it is. But yeah, that's 85 PP, unless I said 80 and I don't remember. But I think it's 85 PP is the most PP on attacking moves we have on this team. And Geraldine only has 45, I believe, Geraldine and Judy. So Geraldine and Judy are both lacking in terms of PP on their attacking moves. But then again, it kind of makes up for it because their attacking moves are really strong. Water Gun, I get, is not that strong. But Surf on Judy certainly is, and Psychic on Geraldine certainly is. So they do definitely have some strong attacking moves to compensate for the lack of PP they have. Kia! Oh, and we're getting a call from Donna the Swimmer. Good old Donna the Swimmer. Alex, good morning. It's me, Donna. How are you doing? How are your Pokemon doing? My Electabuzz is really energetic. It's a handful. Oh, yeah. I managed to beat a tough Mantine. I need to make my party stronger. See you later. Okay, bye. So wait, what do you have to say? Oh, frick. I was gonna read that girl's dialogue, but I was, for some reason, spamming left. While also spamming A in order to get out of the dialogue. I don't know why. My favorite class is gym. Because spamming A to get out of the dialogue makes sense. Spamming left, I don't know why I was doing that. I can't fathom why I may have been doing that. Swimmer Jasmine sending out Xatu. You're really not dressed for swimming, Swimmer Jasmine. At least not, in my experience of what dressed for swimming looks like. But, I mean, who am I to say? However you swim, you know, however you need to be dressed to swim your best. I guess. You are the swimmer here after all. Apparently. Xatu! Anyone else think Xatu looks, like, pretty darn fat in this game? Like, anyone else look at it and think, like, that thing's chubbier than it is in most games? Or is that just me? Or am I just weird for that? Or am I just fat-shaming the Xatu? I feel like it's a little bit chunkier than usual. I feel like it's a little bit chunkier than in later games, and even a little bit chunkier than in the anime at this point in time. I don't know if the anime was on Gen 2 at this point in time. It wasn't, was it? The games always come out before the anime does. The anime, based off of a game, the anime seasons based off of the game, always comes out after the game. So yeah, Xatu was not shown in the anime yet. So maybe they just made him maybe they just made him a bit thinner in the anime, and that's why Xatu looks a little bit chubbier to me. Is because in the anime they made them thinner, and then they, like, kept with that design. So nowadays, you look at the Gen 2 sprite of Xatu, and it's a little bit chunky comparatively to what it is, usually, in most other games. But yeah, Lapras goes down, one shot with the Psychic. I'm not surprised considering it's stab, 90 power, and we're level 54 now. We were 53 when we hit the Lapras, but 54 now. Poliwhirl's coming in. If only you were a fighting type, then Psychic would be super effective. We're starting to run out of PP on Geraldine's moves, because as I said, low PP, low total PP on attacking moves. So, we're switching to Juan now, because Juan, definitely, out of everyone on the team, is the most in need of XP right now. And while I am aware that this thing is super effective on me with his stab water type moves, I am not in the least bit phased, because Juan has got this. Juan has not let me down before, and this thing is not even fully evolved, so I don't think Juan will let me down now. Watch this fly one-shot. If Slowking one-shot with the stab Psychic, Juan one-shots with the stab fly, for sure, because I think they're pretty much equal power in this game. Maybe they're equal power in every game. I don't know. I always remember fly as being not as strong as it is. So maybe that's a constant. Maybe that's a constant. Maybe that's true with every game, you know? Maybe in the future, maybe even in future games it's quite strong, and I just don't recall. I just never paid attention to it that much, to the point where I underestimate, even in future games, how powerful fly is. Is flying not very effective on ice? Because I know ice is super effective against flying, which is why we probably shouldn't be out against this thing, but as I said, I have faith in Juan. This thing is also not fully evolved. I mean, it is in this game, but they gave it an evolution later on, which proves how weak Piloswine was as a fully evolved Pokemon. The fact that they needed to give it an evolution shows that, implies that it needed one. It's not always the case. Primeape, I don't think needed an evolution. I don't think it was that weak that it needed Annihilate, but, we got Annihilate anyway, and Annihilate is sick. Oh, no! How can I lose? Man, I haven't spoken a lot about Gen 9 Pokemon. Gen 9, right? Gen 9? That's the one after Gen 8? Yeah, 9 comes after 8? Yeah, that makes sense. Scarlet and Violet is Gen 9, I think. And Gen 9, I haven't talked a lot about Gen 9 Pokemon, I feel, on this channel. Not as good design-wise as Sword and Shield. I don't think the Pokemon designs in Gen 9 are nearly as good. However, I will say, the new evolutions they added to old Pokemon, such as Dunsparce, Girafarig, and Primeape, also not that good. But Annihilate is sick. Okay, they cooked with Annihilate. To Dunsparce, trash. I don't know why they made that. They might as well have just left Dunsparce as it was. Honestly, I wouldn't have really cared. Because to Dunsparce, they could have done so much better in giving Dunsparce an evolution, besides just making it bigger and giving it another body segment. If Pokemon were a subject at school, I'd be the best. Okay. Modest too, it seems. So now, actually, we're gonna go back. Before we fight that trainer, we're gonna go talk to this trainer. Before I became a teacher, I used to forget a lot of things. Oh, okay, so this is just like where all the students and teachers are. I guess they just say they were having a field trip. I don't remember where they said they were having a field trip to. But I guess they're walking there, because the field trip is definitely not to here. This is surely not the stop. This is surely not where the field trip is set. This is surely not where they're going. This is surely not their destination, right? This has got to be them walking to where they're going. This is not the destination. Surely this field with a path is not the destination of their field trip. If so, that would be a really boring field trip, but I guess that would be a field trip, huh? Would be a trip to a field would be a field trip, huh? Route 15. Fuchsia City to Lavender Town. Maybe it's not a field trip in the conventional sense. Maybe these teachers said to these students, we're taking a field trip, and then the students got excited, but then the teachers only took them to a field, and then they were like, what kind of field trip is this? And they were like, it's a trip to a field! And then someone came in with a drum set and went ba-dum-ching. On sunny days, I think that the kids would rather be playing in the schoolyard than studying in class. Yeah, probably. Kids like the sun. Everybody likes the sun. Unless you're like Goth or Emo or something, in which case, you do you. I mean, vitamin D is good for you. I think vitamin D comes from the sun. Maybe it's vitamin C. Whatever, all the vitamins are good for you. So you should definitely, like, hang out in the sun every once in a while, even if you don't really like it. Shout out to the emo people who like being pale and stuff, but, like, not that healthy. I guess, I mean, take, like, vitamin D, vitamin C supplements, they have those, right? Like, you don't need to be out in the sun. You can be pale if you want to. That's fair. That's fair. You live your life. But, like, if you're not going to be in the sun, that's cool. But you should get supplements at least. That's me, your friendly neighborhood YouTuber giving you health advice. Giving all the Goths and Emos health advice. You're welcome. Y'all probably don't want it. If there are Goths and Emos watching this channel right now, they're probably like, no, I was gonna say something, but that just sounds stereotypical. Sorry, I'm not gonna say that. I was about to insult, like, all the Goths and Emos with, like, a very stereotypical emo voice, and, like... Nah, it's okay. My bad. My bad, guys. I won't go there. Anyway, Judy coming in. Servant Wellington. What a name. What a wacky, kooky, crazy name. Omastar... His eyes. He looks like he's seen some crap in this game, let me tell you. Submission. Let's go for it. It's gonna do a lot of damage to him, which means it's gonna do minimal amounts of damage to me, but more damage than it would, obviously, if we didn't one-shot him. So, yeah, like, it's not a lot of damage overall, but it's a considerable amount more than if we were just going for it on something that, say, didn't get one-shot by it, but, you know? Like, if it only did half health, it would have done considerably less in recoil to me. But it's fine. I'll take the recoil if it means I get to one-shot that thing, and it's a not very eventful battle over. Either way, it would have been not very eventful. I sped it up, so it was not very eventful and also fast. I didn't want to lose. But either way, it would have been not very eventful because they only had one Pokemon and it was like much lower level than all of our Pokemon. Studying is important. I mean, my Pokemon. Why did I include you in that? Studying is important, but exercise is just as vital. That's good advice. Especially for a teacher who may not even be the gym teacher. If you are, then that's just predictable that you'd say that, but if you aren't, then that's cool that you'd say that, because sometimes teachers get a little bit too focused on the textbooks if they're teachers that aren't gym teachers, and then they just leave their children studying inside. I shouldn't say children, not all teachers teach children, there's college professors too, but like, in this case, she's definitely not a college professor, these are definitely children. But like, anyway, you know, sometimes teachers have their students just studying all day at their desks and not taking in the sun. As I was saying, sun is important. It keeps you healthy. You gotta be outside. You gotta be enjoying nature every once in a while. And sometimes maybe it's a good idea for teachers to take their students outside to study, you know? I had a couple teachers in the past who, like, took the class outside every once in a while when they, to read and, like, work on work. What else would you do with work? Let's battle! I won't lose! But yeah, I had a couple, I had a few teachers in the past who, like, took the class outside for a day, for a class period. And I think that's good. I think it's good when a teacher does that. I think it's good when teachers, are aware of the fact that being cooped up inside at a desk all day is not only kind of boring, but also kind of unhealthy. So, it's good when they take students outside every once in a while. Not a thing that I've seen a lot of teachers do. Not a thing that I've had a lot of teachers doing. I haven't had a lot of teachers who do that, I mean. But, you know, it's good when teachers do that. It's good when teachers do that. And I know I said do, but it sounded better than if I would have just said do that. In that case, in that scenario. So now we're gonna switch Jean out of the front, but not switch them out of the front outside of battle, which we do need to do. But we're not doing it now, because we can't. However, when we do exit this battle, I do definitely need to switch them out of the front. So I'm switching into, Juan without really thinking about it too much. I was really only thinking about the fact that Juan needs XP because they're our starter, and they're somehow, like, the lowest level. But, actually, this Pokemon that I just sent out because of their level and their status as my starter, works for this, because they have Fly, and it's super effective against this bug type right here. So Scyther goes down. Scyther's sprite is honestly pretty cool in this game. Almost makes you want to not evolve into it into a Scizor, but then again, Scizor's really freaking cool. So, on the other hand, yes you do. I forgot to do my homework. Don't tell your teacher. She's like right there. I think you shouted that a little loud. But just in case she didn't hear you, don't say it again. Sayonara! I just learned that in my Japanese class. Oh, I see. So that's what happens when you don't do your homework. Okay. PSA right there. Take note, kids. Take note, all the kids that are playing this Pokemon game. Do your homework. Wow. What a great lessons Game Freak teaches. And stay in school, kids. What a great lesson that no one has ever taught before. What a great, unique lesson that no one but Game Freak has ever taught children before. Hang on, I have to phone my mom. Okay, should you have your phone out in school? I mean, I guess you are outside. But it's still school. School's still in session, so put your phone away. Swimmer Kate's sending in Sadra. Swimmer Kate, you should not be swimming. I guess you don't have... just because you're a swimmer doesn't mean you're swimming right now. But, like... you make me nervous here. It's class time. You have your phone out, and you're a swimmer. Don't swim with your phone out. Don't swim, don't have your phone out, and definitely don't swim with your phone out. Both of them are both of them are bad to do during class. But doing them both together is very bad to do in class, and very bad to do anywhere, in fact. So do not swim during class, do not have your phone out during class, and most certainly do not swim with your phone out during class. That'll be a lot of paperwork for your teacher to file. Swimmer Kate's sending an Umbreon now. We don't see a lot of Umbreons, I feel, in this playthrough. We haven't seen a lot. Last time we saw an Umbreon, I feel, was like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not really remembering this correctly, but I feel like last time we saw an Umbreon was around was around the, like, first time you fight the kimono girls in this game. Which I think also might be the last time you fight the kimono girls in this game, but I think that's besides the point. Fly or strength or cut? What are we going for? I think we're going for strength, because I don't think fly is gonna kill in one hit anyway, so we might as well save PP on the most powerful move that Quan has. So we're going for the strength. I think this will be 2-hit KO, and I think fly also would have been a 2-hit KO. But I think fly would have gotten closer to a 1-hit KO, but still not been a 1-hit KO, and so that's why I'm going for strength. Because I think it's a 2-hit KO either way, but fly obviously has less PP than strength, I believe, but more importantly, is the more powerful move than strength. So, considering it's more powerful, and I think it has less PP, let me just confirm that. No, they actually have the same PP, but it's still, fly is still more powerful, so I still want to conserve PP on that. If I can. So let's also use the strength against Quillfish, and you may be thinking, Alex, that's a water type. So you should probably kill it as fast as possible rather than giving it a chance to hit you with a water type move because you're a ground type. And to that I say, I'm not worried. And see, that's why I'm not worried. It went for double team. Or something else. I think it was double team. No, it was minimize. Sorry. They do the same thing, I think. Don't they? Or does double team do +2 while minimize only does +1? That could be the case. I can see that being how it is. But yeah, luckily it did not end up, that Quillfish did not end up, minimizing, then dodging an attack, then hitting us with a water type move. It just minimized when it should have water type moved, and then, it died. RIP. Rest in peace, Quillfish. You will be missed, is what I would say if I believed that I would remember you, but, unfortunately my memory is really bad, so, sorry. Strength against this golem does not do as much damage as I'd like it to, but you know what? It's an acceptable amount of damage. It's an acceptable amount of damage considering it's a normal type move and it's not even stab coming from one. I think that's just barely not a 3-hit KO. Oh, that's a self-destruct though. Okay, so apparently it was actually a 2-hit KO plus self-destruct. 2-hit KO as long as it self-destructs after the second hit. Swimmer Kate has been defeated. Sorry, Mom, I was beaten! My mom worries so much about me. I have to phone her all the time. Okay, but as I said, just don't do it in the pool. Don't do all swimming. That's a bad idea. So let's actually get that Pokeball up there. See if that's something we can do right now. I think we can. I don't see any trainers up there blocking me from getting to the Pokeball. We are 22 minutes into the episode, so after I get that Pokeball, regardless of whether or not there are trainers up here making it take longer to get the Pokeball, I think I will end off the episode. Not like immediately after I get the Pokeball, if there are no trainers up here blocking me from getting it. Okay, yeah, that was quick to get the Pokeball because there were no trainers up here blocking me. I know in the Kanto games, oh, Super Repel, that could be helpful. That could be nice. I know in the Kanto games there are trainers up here. There are trainers on, like, the actual, like, lower path down below this ledge, and trainers up here blocking you from getting to the end of this upper path, which I believe also has a Pokeball in it, in Gen 1, and in the Kanto games in general. So, obviously that's why in the Pokemon Red randomizer, that's one of several reasons why in Pokemon Red randomizer, it took longer to get through this part of this route, and longer to get through this route in general, like the entire route, was that there were trainers up here in the Pokemon Red randomizer, in that game, in the Pokemon Red randomizer, sorry, I need to enunciate better, there were trainers up here in the Pokemon Red randomizer, whereas in this game, in this series, there are not. So that's, obviously, as I said, one of the reasons why, in Pokemon Red randomizer, this part of the route, and this route as a whole, took more time to complete, to get through. Even. Dragon Fang. I do not necessarily need that, because I don't really have any Dragon types. Is Lugia a Dragon type? Or are they Psychic Flying? I feel like they're not a Dragon type. I feel like Dragon type was still too OP. I mean, I guess it didn't get less OP in between Gens 2 and 3, and they did Rayquaza anyway, which is Dragon type, so I guess I don't see why they wouldn't do a Dragon-type Legendary in this game. Because it's not like in between Gen 2, where they maybe introduced a Dragon-type Legendary in Lugia, and Gen 3, where they definitely introduced a Dragon-type Legendary in Rayquaza. It's not like anything really changed to make Dragon-types less strong, so I don't see why Lugia wouldn't be a Dragon-type. At least from a game balancing perspective, because it doesn't seem very balanced in Hoenn either, and yet they did it in the very next game, so why wouldn't they do it in this game too? I mean, so I don't see why, from a game balancing standpoint, Lugia wouldn't be a Dragon-type, but I don't think they are a Dragon-type. Other than Lugia, I can't think of any Pokemon that I have that could possibly be a Dragon-type. I feel like the only Dragon-types in this game are still the Dratini line, right? They didn't introduce any new Dragon-types in Gen 2. Am I correct in saying that? I don't think they did. So I think it is still just the Dratini line, unless Lugia is a Dragon-type, but I'm pretty sure that it's Water Psychic. I'm pretty confident in that. No, is it? No, it's Psychic Flying, not Water Psychic. It's not Water type. Despite the fact that it's like the Guardian of the Sea or whatever, it's not Water type. Am I thinking of a different Pokemon, Guardian of the Sea? I don't know. I might be thinking of a different Pokemon, but it definitely does have something to do with the sea. Lugia, even though it's not a Water type. Even though it's not a Water type, I should say. Sorry, again, not enunciating very well. Burnt Berry. Cures freezing. Yeah, we can get rid of those. That's fine. Throw away burnt berries? Yes. And now that I've thrown away those burnt berries, Alex found Super Repel. Great! Now I can move on with my day. And by that I mean move on with going down this route, and move on with getting into Fuchsia. You're working on a Pokédex? That's really something! Don't give up! Thank you, random security guard person. And now here we are in Fuchsia City. It looks... Is it different from what it was, from the way it was laid out in Kanto? I feel like I don't remember this pond being here around this fence, with this fence around it. Is the Safari Zone still up here? I don't see why it wouldn't be. But like, who knows, maybe they just changed something for the sake of changing something. Oh! Yeah, I feel like the layout of this town is different. I don't see like the Pokemon in enclosures that were here in the Kanto games. Unless they're behind this tree. Unless there's some up here, but I feel like there was some on the other side too. I also feel like there was more room on the other side of the Safari, on the right side of the Safari Zone, between the right side of the Safari Zone and the edge of town, in the Kanto games than there is here. No littering. Please take your waste with you. Okay. What do you have to say, man? The Safari Zone is closed. It's sad, considering it's Fuchsia's main attraction. Oh, I see. So the Safari Zone is still here, it's just not open. Speaking of things that are not open, I don't see... Yeah, I'm not seeing those Pokemon enclosures. Maybe they were moved above the Safari Zone? Because before they were, like, to the right of the Safari Zone, I think. To the right and slightly down of the Safari Zone. But, I do not see them there. So, perhaps... I mean, I see stuff above the Safari Zone. I see a way to go above the Safari Zone, which was not a thing in Kanto. The town just ended, like... The top of the town was, like, at the Safari Zone, you know? The Safari Zone was, like, at the very top. Like, you couldn't go any farther up than the Safari Zone in Kanto, I think. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, all the stuff above the Safari Zone, all the space above the Safari Zone is new. Again, like in the case of Cerulean, they've expanded upward, in a direction that was, where there was no land before, and in that, with that new land, they have done basically nothing, except just plant flowers. Koga's daughter succeeded him as the gym leader after he joined the Elite Four. Oh, he has a daughter? I didn't know Janine was his daughter. I thought that was, like, his nephew or something. I didn't realize he was a father. Wacky. What's this? The warden is traveling abroad. Therefore, the Safari Zone is closed. Oh, this is the Safari Zone. Okay, never mind. The Safari Zone is still the farthest thing up in the town. It's just, there's another building now below it that looks to be of the same, like, size and shape as it. So what is this building? If that's the Safari Zone up there, then what's this down here? This tree can be cut down. I know. We didn't need to waste a text box on that. I could have just cut it down. Imagine how much quicker it would be if every time you needed to cut down a tree, it didn't say, this tree can be cut down. Would you like to use cut? Imagine how much quicker this whole thing would be. Imagine how much quicker you'd get through Pokemon games if they just made that little tweak. Fuchsia City. Behold, it's Passion Pink. Nice. There's a notice here. Safari Zone office is closed until further notice. Oh, is this a Safari Zone office, and then that building up there is, like, the actual Safari Zone? Oh. Okay, so I guess this is the Safari Zone office, because this place does seem, yeah, very closed, which is what the sign said the Safari Zone office was. So, yeah, I'm inclined to say that that, in fact, is the Safari Zone office. Can I get into that water over there, or is it blocked off by trees on either side? I think it is. I think it's blocked off by trees entirely, because I can't see all the way around it, but I can see there's trees above it, and there's trees to the right of it. So I don't know if those trees go all the way around, but I'm inclined to say they do, because they are obviously in both directions of it. I see a Pokemon up there, but where is the Pokemon Center? Fuchsia City Pokemon Gym, leader. Jasmine. Not Jasmine. Frick. Janine. I'm illiterate. The Poisonous Ninja Master. Jasmine was a lot earlier, Alex. We are not at that point in the game anymore, thank gosh. My grandpa is at my brother Bill's on Cerulean Cape. My grandpa is at my brother Bill's. Wait, Bill's your brother? My grandpa is at my brother Bill's on Cerulean Cape. So wait, Bill has kids in Kanto. Bill has kids in Goldenrod. A house of his own near Cerulean. And then his sister lives here in Fuchsia. My gosh, they really fleshed out this guy's family, huh? There's a lot of homes they did surrounding one... There's a lot of homes they set up full of people surrounding one character. I mean, obviously he has a family. I'm not surprised by the fact that he has a family. I'm just... people have families. That makes sense. But I'm just surprised that, like... Well, I'm not surprised that a person has a family. I'm surprised that he has a family, you know? I didn't think that they cared this much about Bill, of all characters, to give him, like, an entire family with living in all these different locations. We don't even have, like... We don't have this for most gym leaders, you know? Like, 3 different houses that they sometimes spend time in? We don't have that for, like, any gym leader. Even the champions don't even have that much, like, detail in where they live and where their family lives. Maybe Cynthia does? Cynthia might have as much detail as that. Cynthia, I know where... We know her, like, her grandma lives, right? I'm sure we know where other family members of hers live. So maybe Cynthia is, like, the one other Pokemon character I can think of where we have this many details regarding, like, where they live and where their family lives. But, like, my gosh, they just said, here's where Bill lives, here's where his kids live, here's where his sister lives. What's next? We find his uncle's cousin's sister? Where she lives? I saw these weird slow Pokemon on Cycling Road. I wonder what Pokemon those could be. Slow Pokemon. It could be a lot of things. Could be a lot of different Pokemon. Pokemon Center is over here, and there are people inside of it for me to talk to. Wow. Great. Which is what I love to do when I enter a new town. It sounds sarcastic, but I'm actually being serious. I promise my voice just sounds like that. It's not actual sarcasm. Miss Nurse Joy, you can heal my Pokemon? Nurse Joy, you have green hair. That's interesting. Have you always had green hair? Surely you haven't. Surely I'm not, like, super ignorant. I haven't realized this entire game that you've had green hair. This is new, right? You do have... This is the first time Nurse Joy has had green hair. Maybe not the first time. I believe if it's a Kanto thing, and I've been ignorant of it the entire time I've been in Kanto. But if it's been like that the entire game, like Johto 2, I'm stunned if I haven't noticed. I'm Janine. Hocus Pocus! Poof! Oh, okay. See? I look just like her now. Oh, okay. So you're just like a guy who's disguised as Janine. That's interesting. Hey! You have a brand new kind of Pokedex. Did Professor Oak give that to you? No, actually, Professor... Wait, did Professor Oak give that to me? I'm just gonna talk to you again, make sure you don't have anything else to say. Yeah, you look just like her now. Wow, crazy. And now you look just like her again. Wow, crazy. Wacky Cuckoo Crazy for sure. Oh, okay, wait. Janine... This is not Janine. This is not what Janine looks like. This is what the girl looks like. So then she turns into Janine. So this is what the girl looks like. I'm Janine. Hocus Pocus. Poof! And then that's Janine. That's what she looks like. Oh, I can see. She's got like the little... Shh. Like, well, not shh. It's not shh, but it's like close to that. It's like when the ninjas like put 2 fingers in front of their face. Not the one finger of like a whisper, like a shh. Not the one finger of shushing people, but like the other, like the 2 fingers that ninjas do for some reason. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that on her model. I can see like one little finger, which actually is 2 fingers. Like one is behind the other, so you can't see more than one. But it's I can see like that finger poking up, being like right in front of her face, like ninjas do. Yeah, That is the Janine sprite, huh? Interesting. I like it. See, I look just like her now. Great. Did I talk to you? I got quite a shock at the gym. There were all these girls who looked identical. Oh, I see. So you're one of those girls, I think. You must work at the gym, because you can impersonate Janine. You have that same ability to be identical as someone else that woman was just describing at the gym. The trainers at the gym have. Brand new kind of... Yeah. Okay, so I already talked to this guy, I talked to this girl, and I talked to this girl, and so now I can leave. Goodbye, everyone! Have a nice day. Okay, so thank you all so much for watching, EV Clan. I'm saying goodbye to you guys now, too. Thank you all so much for watching, EV Clan. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. This is Alex signing off. We'll do the gym in the next episode. Woo!